In society, there's a select few men that will actually fall in love with the game and marry it. And that's the thing, bro. I've realized because when you start seeing female nature and when you're out here as a man and you actually understand women, you learn how to approach women, you learn the game, you learn that a lot of these women will play games. So you learn the nature, you learn how to get what you want out of life and you manipulate things. Sometimes like how women would do it, bro. There's a lot of men that fall in love with this. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of select men that are chosen to understand how to go about getting the things that they want. And they'll fall in love with this game, bro. There's a lot of players that will say, I'm never going to get married. And if they're getting married to the game, though, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to get married to a woman because they know that most of these women are going to play games. Most of these women will seek hypergamy. So they'll always seek the next best thing. They'll try to monkey branch up to the next man. So it's important for you as a man to know that there's some men out here that are not operating like you, bro. Some of you guys just think about, I have to get married, I must get married, and you're thinking about it has to be with a woman. You have to have this American dream, this white picket fence, this fancy car. You're coming home, you're subscribing to the happy wife, happy life. But there's some men out here that ain't playing that, bro. They playing the real game to where, now I'm not saying it's right, I'm just speaking on the facts because there's a lot of men that they're just they love this game, bro. And it's not even, sometimes it's the game that they love to get money. You know what I'm saying? They love to hustle. They love to grind. And when you're a man out here, you love to grind, you love to hustle. That's a game too because you love to get money. So a lot of these men will put their purpose first. They'll put getting money first, and they'll marry that. They won't marry a woman, bro, because they know these women, they can come in, they can have their fun time with them, and then they'll keep it moving, they'll keep it grooving, and then they'll move on to the next chapter in their life, whatever that is that they're being led to do. So I remember like when I was growing up, bro, there was a couple guys, the older OGs, bro, they didn't never want to get married, bro. They said, I'm never going to get married because I know that this society will basically take your money if you get married to a woman. A lot of these women would deceive you. A lot of these women would play games on you. So why would I get married, bro? I'm getting married to the streets. I'm getting married to this hustle. I'm getting married to being a player, bro, and a womanizer. And it's funny because back in like the 70s and 80s, that was a big thing. That's why you had the player lifestyle was big, bro. They weren't subscribing to happy wife, happy life. It wasn't until now till we got to this time period to where social media just exposed things, and social media showed women that they can be in Nebraska and they can get a guy in New York that will fly him out. So it really let hypergamy do its thing. So these women can always get the next best thing. These women can see the grass is greener. So now it's made it difficult for men because they're lonely. They can't even get women. So the select few men that understand this nature and they understand how to get women and they're players, they're gonna fall in love with that. They're not gonna fall in love with a woman because they can keep winning more women, more women, more women, more women, more women. You know what I mean? So that's the game that they'll fall in love with, bro. And they fall in love with just the process of, they like to hunt. That's how I know some men are like that, bro. I've talked to plenty of men like that. And they're like, why would I go to this court system, let this woman come into my life, and then now it's exposing me at this risk to actually give her half of my house, half of my money, half of my 401k, half of my pension plan, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of real life players out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. And I don't like to judge too many people if they're doing the thing. I'm not saying that, is the best thing for society. But at the same time, what women doing is not the best thing for society. They're exploring their options and they're constantly playing this game too. So the select few men that can't do it, who's to judge them? You know what I mean? Because it gets hard to get to that position because most men have to go through trial and error. They have to understand how to talk to women. They take a lot of rejection to get to that point. Even if you look good, bro, you could be an attractive man, pause. You still have to learn how to talk to women. You still have to learn to approach women. You still have to learn how this woman's going to try to manipulate you. She's going to try to play games. And she was going to want you to trick off on her. And she's not going to give it up right away and things like that. Or you learn how to be the bad guy and you learn that most of these women like this. They like this dark masculinity. So either way, you're learning how women operate. So then these women will try to come in and tell you, oh, I want you to marry me. He's like, nah, I'm never gonna get married. I'm married to this game. And it makes him mad, bro. These women will really get mad. But on vice versa, women can do it too, because they can pick the man that they want. You know what I mean? They could be with you. Then they can see somebody that makes more money. They can flirt with him. He comes in. Then she'll leave you to get with them, and that'll make you mad. So a lot of games are being played. A lot of different scenarios are happening. But like I said, some men, they just select, bro. It's just, that's just how they're gonna move, and that's what they're gonna do, and nobody's gonna tell them any different. You know what I mean? They're just players, bro. That's how it is. What it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're a player down in the comments, you've done your thing. I know a lot of men have, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of men have been in that time period to where they got a lot of women. Maybe you're in my community, you haven't been to this situation and you don't understand what I'm talking about. But no, there is some men out here that are really moving like that, and they're not trying to get married. They're okay being single and just having fun, being independent. And some of these women will try to shame, man, you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old, and you still don't want to settle down. You still don't want to get a wife. You still don't want to be with a woman. And they're like, man, I'm 30, 40 years old. I feel like sometimes you talk to these 30, 40-year-olds, bro, they feel like they're at the peak. They feel like they're at the best moment in time because they got their money right. They got their finances right. They're confident. And the funny thing is, a lot of these younger women will actually like the older guys. They'll like the guys that are 40 and things like that because you're confident. And she might be like 22, and the men 22, they don't have any confidence. They're still trying to figure out who they are as a man. So when you're 40, you've got some experiences, you've got some pain, they're going to actually fall in love with that, bro. So a lot of these older men understand that, man. You can see it. That's just the nature of how biology is. Older men want younger women, and younger women most of the time want older men. They don't want men their age. So this game is interesting, bro, and some men will fall in love with it. Thanks for watching this video. Peace.